sounded like an Iron Maiden scream.
Welcome back to Dastardly Hamster, where we try to convert each other to our favorite bands. If Mika likes this song, I get to show her another song by the same artist. Today, I'm going to be showing you NOFX, which is a band that has been around since at least 1988. So they are doing their final tour dates as we speak, and because we record these in advance, they might already be finished. So their final tour date is on October 6th, and then they're done. So I felt that this would be a good band to show you as a way to celebrate over 30 years of NOFX. How much do you know Iron Maiden?
I know how important they are historically. Definitely know a few songs here and there, but not a whole lot.
I was gonna give you a NOFX song about Iron Maiden.
I know enough. I think I'll get it.
Okay. You might remember when we first started talking about punk bands, I said, you know, there's going to be some bands where I just think you're not going to like the vocalist. NOFX is one of those bands. I like the vocalist, but I could see someone who is maybe more into metal not liking the vocalist as much. So I chose this song in particular because there's going to be more focus on the guitar than the vocals, and I think you will appreciate that. So this song was written as a breakup song for Iron Maiden. I guess they broke up, but it's written from the perspective of they're ending like a romantic relationship. So I don't know much about Iron Maiden, so this doesn't make much sense to me. Maybe you'll get it. But for me, I'm like, I'm not sure.
Thank you for the context. I definitely know a few Iron Maiden songs for sure. I know their historical importance. I tend to prefer lower, more gruff vocals,
right?
than a lot of the 80s stuff. So while there's a lot of 80s stuff that I like and that I hugely appreciate, it's just not my favorite of all time.
Right. Okay. They do make reference to the really high vocals in this song, but you'll see.
NOFX is I feel like it's one of those bands that is so well known I should know something about them. I feel like I've heard people talk about them before, but I don't actually really know anything about them, so I'm surprised that they're a joke band. I think that already makes me like them more because I like comedies. So,
right. I should have used the word comedy. Joke makes it sound like not like to be taken seriously, but
satirical.
They incorporate comedy into their music. I should also mention that they're like best friends with Bad Religion. They're like, these two bands are like really close. They like always tour together, and yeah.
That feels like very interesting timing.
Interesting as in like unexpected?
Things didn't come in quite when I expected, so that's something I appreciate.
What happened to Bruce, Eddie, and Paul? What happened to Bruce, Eddie, and Paul? And Eddie had it good, but Paul loved his cocaine, and Eddie hated punks. So, after a couple years, Eddie broke it off with Paul to look for a new man.
So that was really interesting, that weird timing there. Sort of cut off and then went back in right after punks.
And Eddie hated punks. So
Okay. I got you. Yeah.
That little jump there, that was interesting.
Yeah, NOFX. I think you'll appreciate NOFX for doing stuff like that a lot.
after a couple years, Eddie broke it off with Paul to look for a new man. A new man. Paul got fucked by Steve. Eddie's at the Red Lion looking for a new Steve, searching for a beau who sings in falsetto.
Well, that's how I know that it's about Iron Maiden.
So I guess he's like famous for that, eh?
Well, I mean, a lot of the bands from that era were. So was also Van Halen.
Okay.
So that's what it was at the time, because at the time it was even more inspired by by opera and plays.
Right.
It's not until like closer to the 90s, especially with Pantera coming out with their gruff vocals, that's when it started to become a lot more popular.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So yeah, the 80s were all very operatic.
I thought you like operatic.
I do, but it took me a while to be okay with accepting that in my metal. Because when I discovered metal, for me it was very gruff, rough vocals,
Right.
and that's what I considered metal. And so for me, it was a reach to get into 80s stuff and be able to accept higher pitch voices.
Sings in falsetto. What happened to Bruce, Eddie, and Paul? What happened to Eddie, Paul, and Bruce? And Samson knew Eddie was looking for a long-term, stable relationship. With Paul no longer around, Bruce left Samson for Eddie, 'cause Steve convinced him to. Kudos to Paul.
I am really enjoying the timing of the song. There's a lot that I like
Okay.
in there. The vocals I don't like love, but they're not annoying me
Okay.
as much as some punk, the very little punk that I've heard. So like I'm okay with it. It sounds
Okay.
kind of standard fare to me.
It's good you say that because Fat Mike, that's the lead vocalist's name, of all the vocalists that I could think of in punk, he was the one I was probably one of the most worried about that you wouldn't like. So I'm glad that you at least don't mind it. You can tolerate it. That's enough for me.
Yeah. I think I have had more issues with like Blink 182 than this.
Okay.
Kudos to Paul. Fuck you, Bruce. How you supposed to rock and roll without substance abuse? Number of the beast is in bed with Rob and Judas Priest.
So Number of the Beast is probably the most well-known Iron Maiden song.
Okay. And is that referring to Rob Zombie? Am I off?
No, I'd be very surprised.
Who's
Rob
Rob?
Zombie is quite a bit later. Well, I mean, maybe he was performing at the time, but his popularity was at least 10 years, 10 to 20 years later.
Just so people know who are watching this, I am speaking as somebody who is not the metal fan. So I don't know anything about the history of metal at all. So be kind to me. So who do you think Rob is referring to there? And then what does this mean? I don't know if this means anything to you. So the Number of the Beast is in bed with Rob and Judas Priest. What does that mean?
I don't know who Rob is, but do you know who Judas Priest is?
I know them.
So they are one of those high-voiced metal bands from that same era.
Okay.
So if I had to guess, I would say that maybe he's saying that whoever he thinks is the worst person in the band is the Number of the Beast, and they have gone with someone named Rob to Judas Priest.
Maybe. I feel like you might be pissing off a fan base too if you're wrong.
No idea. I do appreciate rhyming Number of the Beast with Judas Priest.
Ah, there you go. That's a neat rhyme you probably never thought you'd hear. I'm so interested in the line before this, the how you're supposed to rock and roll without substance abuse. I want to know what this is referring to because it seems there was some tension there maybe between bandmates that had to do with drug abuse. I'm not sure.
I mean, I could try calling up my brother. He knows all this stuff. No, I mean, clearly somebody quit drugs and still wanted to be a rocker, but NOFX is saying that that person's creativity came from the drug abuse.
Maybe. It could also be satire. It's hard to know exactly what this is saying because, again, I don't have the background. How about this? In the comments, if you know what this is talking about, please let us know.
Yes, educate us.
Okay. Whatever you think of the song so far, get ready for something a little different.
With Rob and Judas Priest.
That was great.
No, we're not done yet.
That sounded like an Iron Maiden scream. So I like that a lot.
It is rare that you will ever hear a punk solo that's 2 minutes. And they did it specifically because it's a song about Iron Maiden. So it fits, it works. And it's a really good solo too. I really love it.
Yeah, no, that was a fantastic solo. I don't know Iron Maiden enough to know if he was doing a good impression of the Iron Maiden guitar, but I can say that scream-wise, I heard some very good impressions in the back, and I'm impressed by that. For someone to do an impression like that, even if just for a couple of screams, that's really impressive.
Yeah. Now, there's no chance that was Fat Mike, that was the lead vocalist doing that. I don't know who they got to come in to do that.
Okay.
But they must have put out a call out for best Iron Maiden impersonator. We need you.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe someone in the band did it, but my guess is that they got somebody else to come do it.
Really well done. So that was a lot of fun. I actually think that musically, I thought it was quite good. So I would almost give them a 5 out of 5.
Almost.
But
round up.
But the lyrics were too lazy. So just objectively, I can't give it a 5 out of 5 because there wasn't, maybe there's just a whole bunch of double entendre or just puns in there that I'm not getting. I only got the ones at the end, but from what I could understand, it just seemed like gossip in word form, which I don't mind, but it doesn't reach a 5 out of 5 for me.
But there might be those meanings that you don't fully comprehend, like I said.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's fair that it's holding it back, is that?
And it's fair that you think that's not fair. But tell me in the comments, and I will be open. If there are enough hidden meanings in there, I will change my mind.
Okay, 4 out of 5 is still really good. For myself, I would give this a 4 out of 5 as well. It's really the solo at the end that just makes the song. The first half is all right, but if I was just rating the first half, I'd probably give it a 3. But the second half, the solo, which again is crazy that a punk song would actually be that long. It's so good, and then when you get comfortable with it, it changes it up. So because they have the solo going over the beat that they're playing in the back, right? But then they change up the beat and now it's soloing over a different beat. And now it does another thing, right? And it keeps changing it up. And I really like that. And that's one of the reasons I usually don't like long solos, is because they're just too repetitive. But this one keeps you guessing. So that's what I really love about it. I don't understand the lyrics. That's okay. But yeah, overall, a really good song.
I also really like the transitions and stuff in there. There was a lot of unexpected stuff going on. There was a lot of, they were very coordinated, being able to have a coordinated break and then go back into the song at the same time. Clearly a skilled band, even if they are comedic. Well, that's it for us, Hamsters. Spin your wheels down to that subscribe button.
And give us a dastardly thumbs up.
And consider giving to our Patreon, which you can find in the comments, or giving us super thanks.
Give us money.
So I can feed this kitty. The kitty needs food. Feed the kitty.